The lies we're told in our teens, whether we're 15, 16, 17, or 18, stick with us. When I was 16, my teacher looked me in the eye and told me you'll never make it. At the time, I believed it. Maybe you've been told the same thing, or you feel like you're stuck in a cycle you can't break out of. I'd find myself asking the same question over and over. How does someone like me, a broke teenager earning pennies, ever escape this trap and achieve financial freedom? This is my honest advice for anyone. We're made to believe we're destined for a life of struggle, but I'm here to tell you it doesn't have to be that way. I've lived that life and I've turned it around completely, going from broke to financially free in my 20s. And today, I'll show you how you can do it in 5 steps. The final step is the most important, like they always say. Save the best for last. So, by the end of this video, my goal is for you to have a clear roadmap to get financially free as quickly as possible. If you are interested in this topic, type "I am ready" in the comment right now. Just comment "I am ready." When I see your comment, I will give you a heart. And if you want to help the channel, leave a like and subscribe. It takes less than a second and help the channel a lot. The first step is absolutely critical, and yet it's the one most people skip entirely, costing them years on their path to financial freedom. Step 1. Find your freedom figure. This is the number that sets you free, the amount you need invested so you never have to stress about money again. Once you hit this, your investments do all the heavy lifting, generating passive income to fully fund your lifestyle. Sounds good, right? Let's figure out what that number is. First, we've got to set your financial baseline. What does your ideal life look like? Do you want the fancy sports car, lavish vacations, and a mansion with a pool? Or maybe you're more about the simple life, just enough to live comfortably without chasing paychecks. Either way, the more extravagant your lifestyle, the bigger the number you'll need. So, be honest with yourself here. Now, let's break it down. Grab a piece of paper and write this stuff down. Start with housing. If you're in a major city, you might be looking at $30,000 a year for a 1-bedroom. Got it? Cool. Next, cars. Let's say you want something like a Porsche of the 911. That's $24,125 a year when you factor in fuel, insurance, and maintenance. Fancy, but it adds up quick. Vacations? A mid-range trip runs about $5,000. 3 trips a year? That's $15,000. Double it if you're bringing someone along. Now, utilities for that 1-bedroom place? Add $3,000 a year. Food? A mix of home cooking and eating out? $5,000 should cover it. Health insurance, if you're in the US, it's around $2,500 a year for a decent plan. And let's throw in $4,000 for leisure, gym memberships, nights out, whatever else you love doing. Add it all up, in this example we're looking at $75,325 a year. Got your number? Great. Now multiply it by 25. That's the magic number, your freedom figure. Why 25? Because if you invest that much, you can safely withdraw 4% every year without running out of money. So, in this case, $75,325 times 25 equals $1,883,125. That's what you need invested to never stress about money again. Think of it like having a golden goose. As long as you live off the eggs and don't touch the goose, it keeps producing more eggs every year. That's the beauty of this system. Now, a quick story. My sister, Cecilia, she did this. She wanted a simple, cozy life. Nothing flashy. Her freedom figure was $1.2 million. At first, it felt impossible. But she started small, saving consistently and investing in an S&P 500 index fund. Fast forward a few years, and she's already halfway there. She swears the key was just starting. No magic, no shortcuts. Just doing the work. All right, let's dive right into step 1. You've nailed down your freedom figure. Fantastic. But what if you're starting out with a mountain of debt, a low income, or barely any savings? Don't worry. We've got you covered. We're not leaving anyone behind here. Let's tackle these hurdles together. Can this roadmap work for people swamped with debt? Absolutely. If you're weighed down by debt, think of it like an anchor. What's the first thing you do? Cut that chain so you can start moving forward. Here's the game plan. 1. List your debts. Grab a pen and jot them all down. Credit cards, student loans, car loans, everything. Right next to each one, note down the interest rate. 2. Focus on high interest debt first. Any interest over 10% should be a red flag. Use the avalanche method. Pay the minimum on everything else and throw every extra dollar at the highest interest debt. 3. Negotiate lower interest rates. Many lenders are more flexible than you might think, especially if your credit isn't in the gutter. It never hurts to ask. 4. Automate payments. Set up autopay to ensure you don't miss any payments and rack up unnecessary fees. Debt is daunting, but it's temporary. Think of it as just one obstacle on your path to freedom. What if you're dealing with a low income and minimal savings? Starting on a tight budget isn't a deal breaker. It just means you need to be a bit clever with the resources you have. Here's how you can manage. 1. Track every dollar. For 1 month, track every single expense. It's surprising to see where the money goes. Cut out unnecessary subscriptions, negotiate lower bills, and channel those savings towards your financial goals. 2. Build an emergency fund first. Even a modest $500 can act as a buffer to prevent further debt when unexpected expenses hit. 3. Start investing small. Think you need a fortune to start investing? Not at all. Apps like Trading 212 allow you to start with as little as $1. Consistent small investments can grow over time, even on a shoestring budget. Feeling like your skills aren't up to par? Everyone has something to offer. It's all about finding that niche. Here's a plan to uncover and utilize your potential. 1. Identify a marketable skill. What can you do well that can earn you $5,000 at the moment? Whether it's writing, graphic design, or even teaching, there's likely a demand for your skill. 2. Learn on the go. The internet is laden with resources. Platforms like YouTube and Udemy offer a plethora of courses, many free or at a low cost, that can boost your skill set. 3. Start a side hustle. Begin with something manageable, freelancing, affiliate marketing, or even local odd jobs. It's not about making a fortune overnight, but gradually building a stream of income. My friend Tom was drowning in student loans, trapped in a low-paid job and feeling hopeless. He said to me, "Mark, there's no way I'm getting out of this." But here's what he did. 1. He targeted his high-interest debt first, squeezing every extra dollar towards it. 2. He initiated a side hustle in graphic design over the weekends. Initially, he was making just $200 a month, but as his skills grew, so did his income. 3. He automated small weekly investments into an index fund, just $20 a pop. Fast forward 3 years. Tom's cleared his high-interest debts, and his side hustle now earns more than his day job. He's well on his way to hitting his freedom figure. Debt, a low income, and a lack of marketable skills aren't dead ends. They're merely speed bumps. The key is to start from where you are, make a strategic plan, and stick to it. Your freedom figure doesn't care about your starting point. It's all about where you end up. Ready to hit your freedom figure and say goodbye to money stress? Type, "I'm building my freedom" in the comments, and let's crush this journey together. But after calculating your freedom figure, there's one thing almost everyone overlooks. A mistake that can keep you stuck no matter how hard you work. Step 2. Hack your life. This is where we get clever about cutting costs and redirecting money toward that freedom figure without sacrificing the things you love. No boring advice about skipping Starbucks here. we're diving into real strategies that actually move the needle. Car financial hack. First up, cars. Now, social media might make you think everyone's rolling around in a Range Rover or a Lambo. Here's the truth. Most of them are drowning in debt. The average car payment in 2024 is a whopping $734 a month. That's nearly $9,000 a year. Here's what you do instead. Buy a quality used car that's already hit the bottom of its depreciation curve. Drive it for a few years, then sell it for close to what you paid. No monthly payments, no interest, no nonsense. Keep your money working for you, not some dealership. Brand financial hack. Let's talk brands. You don't need to spend extra on big names to get quality. Take cereal, for example. The ordinary black and green, a box of Cocoa Pops might cost $4.25, but the store brand version, $1.66. That's a $2.56 difference every time. Over a year, swapping just one item like this can save you hundreds. Multiply that across other products, cleaning supplies, snacks, even clothes, and you'll start seeing serious savings without even feeling the pinch. How's financial hack? Housing is usually your biggest expense, but what if you could live for free or close to it? Here's the play. Buy a duplex or a property with an extra room or two. Live in one part, rent out the other. The rent covers most, if not all, of your mortgage. You're building equity while living for next to nothing. If buying isn't an option, there's still a way. One guy I know rents a nice place in London for $4,000 a month, then lists it on Airbnb. He only needs to rent it out 10 days a month to cover the rent. For the rest of the month, he stays with his girlfriend. Genius, right? Just make sure you get the landlord's approval before trying this. Tax financial hack. This one's huge. Taxes are likely one of your biggest expenses, but most people don't take full advantage of legal ways to pay less. Got a side hustle or a small business? Claim expenses like your home office, internet, or travel. In the US, open a Roth IRA. In the UK, use an ISA. These accounts let you grow your money tax-free, which means more cash in your pocket. Do your financial hack. Never accept the first price on anything. Let's say you're buying a car. Do your homework first. Know what the car's actually worth. Get quotes from a few dealers, and timing matters. Go at the end of the month when salespeople are desperate to hit their quotas, and you'll often snag a better deal. This doesn't just apply to cars. It works for appliances, furniture, even rent. Everything's negotiable if you know how to play the game. My cousin Jack was spending over $1,000 a month on car payments, branded groceries, and an overpriced apartment. He felt like he was spinning his wheels, saving nothing. I gave him these exact hacks, and here's what he did. 1. Swapped his car for a solid used one, no payments, no debt. 2. Cut his grocery bill in half by going for store brands. 3. Moved into a duplex, renting out the second unit. Within a year, Jack saved over $15,000. Now, he's investing that money every month, watching it grow. Simple changes, massive impact. Your turn. Take a hard look at your expenses. Where can you hack them? Is your car costing you too much? Can you switch to generic brands? Could you rent out part of your home? The goal isn't to live miserably, it's to live smarter. Every dollar saved is a step closer to your freedom figure. Go ahead, write down one area of your life you're going to hack first. Then get started. No excuses, let's make it happen. Ready to hack your way to financial bliss? Type "stack cash with money hack" in the comments, and let's make every dollar work smarter. What I'm about to show you next is the step most people ignore, but it's the one that will skyrocket your results faster than anything else. Step 3, get a credit card. And before you roll your eyes or think, credit cards are just a trap, hear me out. Used the right way, a credit card isn't a debt machine. It's a tool for building financial leverage. Why credit cards aren't the enemy? Here's the thing. Your credit score is like your financial reputation. It shows lenders how reliable you are with money. A good score can open doors to lower interest rates, better loan terms, and even rental approvals. The best part? You can build that score without ever paying a cent in interest. How to use credit cards wisely. 1. Start small. Get a card with no annual fee and a low credit limit. This keeps things manageable. 2. Use it like cash. Only charge what you can pay off in full each month. Never carry a balance. It's not free money. 3. Pay on time. This is critical. Late payments hurt your score and rack up fees. Set up autopay if you're forgetful. 4. Keep your utilization low. This means only using a small percentage of your available credit, ideally less than 30%. If your limit is $1,000, aim to spend no more than $300 at any time. How this helps you long term, let me give you an example. Imagine you're 28 and ready to buy your first home. If you've built up a solid credit score, you can qualify for a mortgage with a lower interest rate. That could save you tens of thousands over the life of the loan. But if you've ignored your credit score, you might end up with sky-high rates or get denied. Now, a lot of people avoid credit cards because they've heard horror stories about debt. And yes, if you misuse them, you can dig yourself a hole. But that's like saying cars are dangerous because some people speed. It's all about how you use the tool. My friend Alex didn't get a credit card until his late 20s because he thought they were just a scam to get you into debt. But when he applied for a car loan, he got hit with a ridiculously high interest rate because he had no credit history. That was his wake-up call. He got a starter credit card, used it to pay for groceries and gas, and paid it off every month. Within a year, his score shot up. By the time he applied for his next loan, he secured a much lower rate, saving him thousands in interest. Your move. If you don't have a credit card yet, start small. Find one that fits your needs. No annual fees, maybe some basic rewards like cash back or points. Use it responsibly and let it work for you, not against you. Already have a card? Check your utilization rate and payment history. Make sure you're maximizing the benefits without paying unnecessary fees or interest. Your credit score is a tool. Build it, leverage it, and watch it open doors. Let's get to it. If you are ready to build and leverage financial reputation, pledge to use credit as a tool for freedom. Type building credit, building freedom, and let's take this step together. Step 4. Create additional income streams. This is the real game changer. If you're serious about financial freedom, you can't just rely on one paycheck to carry you through life. Think of your income like a stool. One leg is fine, but what happens if that leg breaks? You're flat on the floor. Add a few more legs, and suddenly you've got stability. Here's the truth. No job is as secure as it used to be. Companies cut costs, industries change, and life happens. Building extra income streams isn't just a luxury, it's a necessity. It protects you when things go sideways and speeds up your journey to financial freedom. How to start building extra income. 1. Pick a side hustle you can start today. Forget waiting for the perfect time. Start with something that builds on skills you already have. Are you good at writing? Try freelancing. Handy with tools? Do odd jobs on weekends. Got a passion for teaching? Sell online courses or tutor. 2. Leverage what you know. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. My friend Lucy started by baking cupcakes for her son's school events. Now she's running a small baking business from home. It's about turning what you already do into something profitable. 3. Tap into online opportunities. The internet is your goldmine. Affiliate marketing, e-commerce, or selling templates on platforms like Etsy, they're all low-barrier ways to start earning. Even something as simple as selling stock photos can generate passive income over time. The "I'm too busy" myth. I get it, you're busy. But let's break it down. There are 168 hours in a week. Work, 40 hours. Sleep, 56 hours, 8 hours a night. Meals and commuting, about 20 hours. That still leaves 52 hours of free time. What are you doing with those hours? Scrolling social media? Watching Netflix? Be honest. If financial freedom is your goal, you'll find the time. Invest in yourself. Don't know where to start? Spend time learning. YouTube and Udemy are packed with free or cheap tutorials on skills like graphic design, coding, or video editing. Learn while you earn. Pick something basic like data entry or pet sitting and upskill as you go. My cousin Mike was laid off during the pandemic. Instead of panicking, he started driving for a delivery service part-time, and that gave him enough breathing room to take a few online courses in web development. Within a year, he landed a freelance gig building websites. Now his side hustle brings in more than his old 9-to-5 ever did. Your move. Here's what you do. 1. Write down 3 skills or hobbies you already have. 2. Research one way to monetize each of them. Think small, just enough to start. 3. Commit to spending 5 hours a week on your side hustle. That's less than an hour a day. The goal isn't to replace your job overnight. It's to add legs to your stool. Each one makes you stronger, more stable, and closer to your freedom figure. Let's make it happen. If you are ready to build your financial stability, pledge to create multiple income streams and take control of your future. Type diversify to multiply income and let's start building together. Alright, step 5. Use money for its true function. This is the mindset shift that separates the rich from everyone else. Poor and middle class folks think money is for paying bills or buying nicer stuff. Rich people, they know money's real purpose. It's not just something you spend, it's a tool to create more money. Here's where most people mess up. They start earning more and what do? They spend more. Bigger houses, fancier cars, designer clothes. Instead of getting ahead, they're running faster on the same treadmill. If you want financial freedom, don't fall for this. Keep your lifestyle modest and put your money to work. How to make money work for you. 1. Invest in income-producing assets. The goal isn't just to save money, it's to grow it. Here's where you can start. Stock market. Low-cost index funds like the S&P 500 are your bread and butter. Historically, they've delivered solid returns, and you don't need to be a finance guru to get started. Real estate. House hacking, like we talked about in step 2, or rental properties can build wealth steadily. It takes more upfront, but the returns can be game-changing. Dividend stocks. These pay you a portion of profits regularly. Think of them as little money machines. 2. Reinvest earnings. Every dollar your investments make should go straight back into the pot. This is the magic of compound interest. Your money makes money, which then makes more money. Over time, it snowballs. 3. Consider high-risk, high-reward investments cautiously. Got some extra cash? Crypto might be worth a small slice of your portfolio. I personally keep about 5% in Bitcoin and Ethereum. But remember, only invest what you can afford to lose. This is the Wild West of finance. The difference between income and wealth. Here's the kicker. Income doesn't equal wealth. You can make 6 figures and still be broke if you're spending it all. Wealth is what you keep and grow. Every dollar that goes toward your freedom figure is a dollar working for your future. When I was younger, I made the mistake of thinking more income was the key to success. I worked insane hours flipping cars, tutoring on weekends, and saving like crazy. But no matter how much I earned, I felt stuck. It was all about trading time for money. The shift came when I started investing. I put my first $1,000 into an S&P 500 index fund. A year later, it had grown. Not by a lot, but enough to make me realize the potential. That's when it clicked. Money doesn't have to just sit there, it can work harder than I ever could. Here's what you do. 1. Start small. Open an investing account and put whatever you can spare into a low-cost index fund. Apps like Trading 212 or Robinhood make it simple. 2. If you've got more to play with, explore real estate or dividend-paying stocks. 3. Avoid the trap of lifestyle inflation. Keep your expenses steady even as your income grows. Every dollar you invest today is a seed for your future. You're not just working for your money anymore, you're making it work for you. I'm ready to make my money work for me. I pledge to invest in my future and avoid the trap of lifestyle inflation. Type "I pledge to grow my wealth" and let's start building a life of financial freedom. So that's exactly how you can hit your freedom figure and start living life on your terms, completely stress-free. Want to know how to unlock the secret to multiplying your income streams without working harder? That's coming up in the next video. Click the video on your screen now to dive deeper and take your financial freedom to the next level.